Hello and welcome everybody back once again to another Trackalicious bout of action, and tonight a little something different for everybody. It's going to be a driver's swap race. However, these are going to be an IRL friend swap race, so we're going to have spouses, family, friends, and all the like swapping out in real life in their real life sim rigs, not just in game. I'm your host though, Mike Nause, and joined with me none other is Saagar Bakshi. Welcome, Saagar. Are you excited for tonight?
I'm actually really excited for tonight. This is going to be a very unconventional race, to say the least, but most importantly, I'm very happy to see how many of these drivers, we have 8 of them, all joined up with family and friends that they have in their own homes ready to do driver swaps with. So these are people that may not have done any practice at all, may have done a few laps in the rig once upon a time or not. I am super excited to see how these friends, families, dads, daughters, partners, brothers and sisters, how they all do in this championship. Well, one of race championship, and I'm excited to see how the GT4s, just survive.
Yeah, that's another good point, is there are GT4s out there, the lone stars for tonight, and we are going to be seeing them try their absolute best. Lando Norris hater already coming over. My little brother was watching Power Rangers today, and there was an episode about British business targeting vulnerable groups. What do you think? What the heck?
Mike, give your opinion on this statement, please.
My opinion is I'm not completely sure. Modern era. It's made now the time. That's a deep one. I'm not sure I have the answer to that one, Saagar. I'm just going to be completely honest, and we're going to have to avoid that, mainly due to time, because we do have to get things rolling here tonight. One thing I did want to mention is that up and coming is a track day over at Waterford Hills. That's going to be brought to you by none other than TRACKILICIOUS. We got a sponsored stream today, and it's sponsored by us, so is what it is there. Quick little ad that I'm going to run real quick, 30 seconds before we get into the action, and then after that we will be heading down to see this race now. Join TRACKILICIOUS for our bonus track day at Waterford Hills on August 31st. Register for as little as $1 with our new Pay What You Want program. Beginners and experts welcome to drive 5 20-minute sessions on track. Bring the whole crew along for family-friendly fun with our sim racing setup, Power Wheels course, and playground on site. Limited to only 52 spots. Sign up while you can. Link in our bio. August 31st, TRACKILICIOUS Open Track Day at Waterford Hills. And there you have it, folks. That is the up and coming Waterford Hills Track Day, August 31st, brought to you by TRACKILICIOUS. If you're in the area of Michigan and looking to have a little bit of fun, whether you're a beginner, whether you have a bit of experience out on track, bring your car out there, whether it's a Nissan Micro or whether you have a Ferrari, get the car out of there and have a little bit of fun.
What an amazing opportunity to take your own personal car, whether it's a track car or a personal daily driver, out on track and push it to the limits. That must be a lot of fun, and for the price of whatever you want to pay, that seems like a great opportunity to get some track time in and just have some fun, really. And the group of community or the group of people that are out there looked like they were having a great time, and you saw the variety of cars that were out there, from Mustangs to Miatas. I think that shows you the diversity that'll take place on any one of those track days. That'll be pretty awesome. That'll be awesome. And yes, the Tracky ad during a Tracky stream, it's Trackyception. I think so. Rally Dutchy.
That's just how it goes now. We have officially been sponsored. However, it's not quite the sponsor we were looking for. It's by us. So either way, if you are looking for that, definitely check that out. Could be informed what the YouTube chat is saying. Yeah, you should. Oh my goodness, it's not working. So I tried to get the YouTube chat up on this session. I'll be honest, I'm not sure why it's not working. But it isn't, so welcome all the YouTube chatters as well. Ryan Conlon, the only one over there currently, and weighing in on that as well. Business, that's honestly a good point, Ryan. However, again, I don't think I have necessarily a degree to do that. You saw it working for a bit? Is it working? Can we get some YouTube chats to see if it is working? Oh, and there's already a spin-in quali there. We're gonna be get used to that, and unfortunately, yeah, there we go. It is not working. It's set. Oh no, it is. It's just slow. It's just very slow. There we go. We got you. Look at that. It works, chat. It does work.
There. He's awesome. That's good. That's confirmed. That's confirmed. Ryan is awesome. I'll agree with that. The next thing we're gonna start doing, Mike, I keep on threatening to do this, is we're gonna put ties on our microphones. That way, we're mics with mics.
I'm already a mic with a mic, so I'm just used to that. But yes, we do have YouTube chat working now up on screen for everybody. We also see these drivers coming into pit lane and starting. So we got Neil Kerbal. Let's go through this here for a minute, Saagar, and talk about the drivers that are out there tonight. So we have all the GT4s. Ignore them. No, don't ignore them, but we're going to mostly ignore them. We're here for the friends and family swap chat. We're here for the meat and potatoes of the action. Neil Kerbal is going to be driving with Sam here tonight, his spouse. Seth Lincoln, I'm not sure who they are driving with because they didn't at me in the Discord. Seth, that is a call out to at me in the Discord. Stephanie Fisher driving with her daughter Iris tonight, as well as Noah Johnson out on track with Jenny Hill, his partner. We also have Lauren, the girlfriend here of Jay Holistic. And Skylar Smith driving with Alan, Dad. Shout out to Alan, Dad. Ollie Raza in the Razzle Dazzle. No Fatima out there tonight. Raza running solo. Unfortunate, and he didn't get his sister out there to drive this time around. I think this is the first time Ollie has rocked solo for this. Disappointing, to say the least. We also have Potts Weaver, who we've seen had a spin. Dave Monnery, Borowski, friend, will be alongside of him. And beyond that, Roberto Butler, not sure who they are. No, they're in a GT4. And last but not least, Eric Kakassian, who hasn't told me who they're driving with either, but I'm wondering if it's their daughter.
I heard a little one talking in the background when we were talking to Erica Costian earlier. I think you might be right, or a very small child. But yeah, Erica Costian, love to see him with his family out here, as always, doing something fun for the community. Driving the AMG, as always, is his token vehicle of choice. I'm sure he's leaning over the shoulder of his partner, telling them how to take these corners here as we just go over the hill.
Adam Straight's my boyfriend can barely drive a bumper car. No way I'm letting him drive the Sim, and I'm not driving either, but the point stands. Look, this isn't about the points out here tonight. This is about getting out of your comfort zone and having a good time, realistically. But, yeah, so that is a good point. Skylar got lost. Yeah, your safety rating might be a little bit less after this race. Just gonna take a shot in the dark and say that most people are going to have a slight hit to their safety rating, and we'll have to be working that. You don't need safety rating in the server, but we're gonna see some safety rating go down. Let's just be honest.
Fazly, try again, and if you can't find it on Twitch, go over to the YouTube channel. Would love to have you in the chat at least, cheering on Stephanie Fisher and your daughter, her daughter Iris. But go ahead and give that a shot, Fazly. Great to see you. Great to see Stephanie Fisher also in the pack. Fantastic. I was giving her grief earlier saying that hopefully Fazly wasn't just jumping in behind the wheel for quote unquote Iris the daughter and gonna blow everybody's doors out of the way. But glad to see that you're here, brother. Great to see you again.
Here we go. I also have an update from Seth Lincoln. Seth is driving tonight with his friend, Alex Murkowski.
Seth Lincoln and Alex Murkowski. Good shout out there for ST Racing. They're rocking the Samantha Tan livery in that BMW, if I'm not mistaken, the number 38. And they're number 2 right now up on the qualifying, and 7 minutes left of this qualifying session. We've got Neil Kerbel up at the top, Seth Lincoln, Stephanie Fisher, Noah Johnson, and we've got Jay Holistic, Skylar Smith, and then the GT4s starting with Ali Raza, no surprise there, Scott Sullivan, Professor Kronotis, Randy Gross, Mason Perchowski, Casey Schutte, Brian Clementi, Yadriel Oliveira, Moriko Yatashani, Potts Weaver, Roberto Butler, Ryan Reason, and we've got Eric the Boss Gakasian, who I believe is letting their partner or their second put down some laps right now for the qualifying heat.
Everybody wondering, guys, again, it's complicated right now, okay? The Beyonce stuff, you guys are really trying to bring it up into the light when you don't understand. We're trying to keep it on the DL for the time being. I'm not driving, so there's that. But I do have my partner in crime tonight, Saagar Bakshi, as he is going to be alongside me in the booth here at Brands Hatch. Obviously, we are side by side as I look over to him and wave. Hi, Saagar.
Hello, how are you? And I'm curious though, did her people reach out to your people, or did your people reach out to her people though, Mike? That's the real question.
Well, you know, like I said, it's you know, it's been a long-term relationship that we've been developing over the years, and I don't really want to get into it, to be completely honest. Okay,
last question about Beyonce. How does Jay-Z get involved in all of this?
This is why it's on the DL. Saagar, I don't think you understand. You're kind of like, this is the you've officially stated the problem. Jay-Z is going to be sending Hitman after me soon enough if this gets to light. Like, let's be real.
He's the H to the Izzo. I mean, you know, he was the king of the ROC. I mean, gotta figure this one out. This menage a trois that's going on between the Hard Rock family.
It's
Mike,
complicated.
Do me a favor. Throw up the dynasty sign. Throw up the dynasty sign.
I can't legally am binded against so.
Chat, there needs to be a reward for Mike to throw up the dynasty sign, please. Please complain enough to make this happen. It's the diamond. It's the diamond that Jay-Z throws at the rock. Noah Johnson having a bit of a spin there in the 942 and the GTR of, I believe that's Skylar Smith, excuse me, sitting off in the background as well. Oops. Mr. Allen, Dad, probably driving that mobile right now with a little bit of bonnet damage. But hopefully Alan Dad is doing okay in the number 19. That's not the easiest car to wrangle right now. Why does the description still say Carson?
It doesn't. It doesn't if you refresh the stream.
He's not gone or only forgotten, folks. He still exists. He will be back, I'm sure. Oh, man. Golly, let's see what happens when I leave the stream. You
Whoops.
guys are ruthless.
No, it literally was my bad. I left Carson's name in the description of the YouTube channel because I reused settings from the previous stream and I got lazy, folks. This is what happens. You can't do everything right. We're still getting used to YouTube, okay? I'm still learning it. The YouTube side of things we're improving.
I'm dying right now. Everybody right now in chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. Sorry, Mike, we'll focus on streaming Cowboy Carter. Who is Cowboy Carter?
I don't think I can do that. What do you bro? It's complicated. Gosh. Again, look, Beyonce is a queen, okay? That's all I can say. But I can't stream that either because it is copyright.
Ryan Conlon, Carson will miss you as you're up in space. He's not gone. He's not on some voyage like an alien in cryo sleep. He went to college. He'll be back once he gets his affairs in order, folks. There's no way we could keep Carson Cass away from the Tracklicious family. I doubt he wants to stay away for as long as possible. And especially once he gets some break in time from the rugby season. I'm sure he'll be back in full force, everybody. Yes, he is sorely missed. I can understand that. But for right now, I'm the best you got. So unfortunately, you guys have to put up with me for a little bit of time.
Yeah, fun fact, he's actually already filed a restraining order on me, so he's not going to be back in the booth anytime soon. No, I'm kidding. Heard rumors that Saagar helped Taylor Swift with her album Folklore. You know, that's something I can't confirm or deny. Saagar is going to have to get involved on that one.
Oh, gosh. Me and Miss Swift, or Mrs. Swift, I'm taking her name, so I'm actually Saagar Bakshi Swift going forward after today. We're going to hyphenate it to Fazli is giving me grief because at one point in time, Mike, I was in the lead of a GT race, and at Bathurst, I sped in the pit so bad I got instantly disqualified.
You know, Saagar, there's a famous saying around the Trackalicious parts that have that might help with that problem. Do you happen to know what that is?
No. What is that thing?
Practice your pit entries. Say it with me, chat. Spell it out. Practice your pit entries. It's the most important thing that you can do.
Fastly is killing me right now in chat. The only thing swift about Saagar is my pit speed entry speed.
Wow.
Oh man.
I sense some animosity.
Oh gosh, no, it's happened once upon a time, you know, and I will admit it. I will admit it. It has happened before, and I have a feeling like we might see a few of those tonight, depending on how the drivers have decided to set up their partners or their counterparts for this. I doubt many people will be throwing their sheep into the wolves' den or the lion's den right away and have them start the race with all of that madness. I have a feeling like all of the quote-unquote pros or sim racers will be in first, and then let's call them rookies. They will be in right after that. It was not Dua Lipa. It was actually the Billie Eilish who I helped write that song, Lunch. That's who I helped write that song. That song is actually about me. The Taste of You, that's actually about me. It's a complicated thing, Lando Norris hater. Very complicated.
Why you always gotta be so complicated? Oh, whoops. Anyways. Yeah, that one just popped in my head. I don't know why. Carson helped Billy keep the line. Also, real talk real quick. I see Ryan Conlon in chat. If you are joking, Ryan, that is cool. But also, if you're being serious, shoot me a message on Discord. Just again, if you are looking to get involved in commentary, we are down to 2 commentators here at Trackalicious. We need help. We need some assistance, guys.
Oh man,
we got a lot of leagues coming up. Keep in touch if you guys are curious. !Discord, or check the description down below if you are on the YouTube side of things. The Discord is where you can keep up to date with everything Trackalicious, and we are going to be releasing very, very soon our league the leagues, all of the different leagues that we have coming out are going to be very, very shortly released.
And the Trackalicious album featuring Beyonce, Avril Lavigne, and Billie Eilish will be coming out very, very, very soon. Keep your ear to the ground for that.
Saagar, you signed an NDA. Not supposed to be disclosing this information.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. If we're going to throw up our diamonds below the camera. Steph, is that you using my PC to comment? Oh, we've got two Fazlies here to throw grief at me. This is awesome. Oh, my goodness.
Yep, there is Stephanie Fisher. Brilliant Aston Martin livery there, by the way.
That Steph has designs. That's her and her partner, Fazli. They do custom designs for their liveries, and every single one that I've ever seen is absolutely gorgeous. And you can see the Fazli signature on the front there. Just absolutely amazing work of art. That entire livery is. Perfect lines on that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. As we have it, though, it's going to be a short outlap. We're going to get into this action way quicker than expected. We have to get in here. We got to meet our drivers tonight, Saagar. And starting us off at the top, oh, wait, hold on. As I get everything proper, there we go. Starting us off at the top, it is going to be Neil Kerbel, the 395, alongside Sam Starr, his spouse for tonight. Potts Weaver lined up alongside Dave Monet, Dave Monet in the number 13 AMG GT3. Seth Lincoln going to be alongside his friend out there tonight, as I have to double check my notes to make sure it is Alex. He is going to be driving with, and behind him is going to be Jay Holistic, driving alongside Lauren, his girlfriend. Stephanie Fisher, alongside of Iris, piloting the 311 Aston Martin with Noah Johnson and Jenny Hill, company in the number 942 BMW. Skylar Smith, alongside his dad, Alan, for the number 19 in P7, with Ollie Raza riding solo for the GT4s. All of these GT4s, Scott Sullivan included, are alone here tonight. They couldn't find any family or friends, unfortunately, and what reason could that be? Nobody knows. Anyways, neither here nor there. Scott Sullivan is going to be alongside Professor Chronotis, with Randy Gross behind him, and Mason Prochalski in 12th. Casey Schutte, 13th quickest, with Brian Clementi in 14th. Adriel Olivadia in 15th, with Moriko Yatanashi in P16. Roberto Butler in 17th position, with Ryan Eason in 18th. And rounding out the back of the grid in the Mad Panda Motorsports, Eric Gakassian alongside one of his daughters, I presume, maybe Claire.
And man, what a full grid we have. 19 people signed up for this championship. We've got 8 people signed up for the GT3 class, duoing it out, and then all the GT4s rounding out the rest of this field. This is going to be a really hectic race, to say the least, but boy, am I here for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and also Adam Strange, blame Carson on that one. Oh my goodness, we're going to get into this. I have to literally, the funky beats have to get turned off. This is going so quick. Get the engine sounds rolling. Why is there no engine sounds? Oh, there is. Well, anyways, lined up 2x2, Noah's Ark formation here as we get ready to approach the line. I'm Mike Nause, the booth. Joining me tonight is none other than Saagar Bakshi, and we are green now at Brands Hatch for the friends and family swap race. This is the professional drivers out for the first 10 minutes. Jay Holistic, they're getting a little deep, and he has contact. Seth Lincoln gets taken out early here. The Samantha Tan Racing found himself in the grass. Don't worry, though. There's still plenty of opportunities for spins in the future. There'll be a 20-minute rookie session, 3 wide into Drew. It's a little bit deep there for one of the drivers, as it is bumping and banging. GT3s trying to make their way through GT4s, and it is chaos and carnage, rounding now towards through Clark Hill, or towards Surtees and Graham Hill Bend. We can see Casey Schutte getting overtaken already by the GT4. Stephanie Fisher, though, trailing Noah Johnson.
Eric Gakassian has already made up 9 positions so far. That's got to be Eric behind the wheel of this car for the start of this madness already. With the moves that he was making. There goes Stephanie Fisher on the inside, being able to make a move really early, bumps themselves up into 3rd place. What a move there. And who is that behind? That must be Noah Johnson or their partner trailing behind, really looking for an option here at Dingledell. And through the S's, I think Eric Gakassian just made up another place now on Scott Sullivan, is now battling up at the front of the GT3s, chasing down Skylar Smith just a couple of positions back right now.
Yeah, he's going to make his way through these GT4s and then be in the action. Now, keep in mind, the first 10 minutes of this race is going to be all of the professional drivers. We can pull up here the overall, if I can. There's too many options here, and none of them work properly. You love to see it side by side, GT3 and GT4 and GT3, to be honest. Eric Akasian getting a 2-for-1 special there, goes deep as a result, but manages to keep it mostly on the tarmac. But you can see there's 2 pit stops next to all of these drivers' names. That's what that number 2 stands for. And after 10 minutes, you have to come in, hand the car over to the amateur, and the AMs are going to be out there for 20 minutes trying to tackle these machines. After that, they'll pit one more time, and then the pros will finish off at the end for the final 10.
This is going to be super exciting going towards the final bits of this race. To see how the pros are able to make their way through the GT4 pack. One more time, based on timing alone, you can kind of pin it out in your head right now that the GT3 rookies, won't really have to deal with lap traffic too badly. They'll be able to get a little bit of a gap separating themselves from the GT4s. And then the GT3 pros will have to get back together as Scott Sullivan's getting passed by the Samantha Tan car. I believe that'll be Seth Lincoln getting past Scott Sullivan. Scott Sullivan losing another position to Professor Kenotis out there in the background right now. And Scott Sullivan trying to do his best to regain his composure. And in the background of that, Jay Holistics makes a move on Yadriel Oliveira. Really actually, good racing all around.
Then that was a GT3 there getting by with Seth Lincoln, so not too much of an issue. Now up the road is going to be Randy Gross in the GT4, so Scott Sullivan just looking at his mirrors for defense right now. Yellow flag from Brian Clemente, unfortunately. Needs to find some recovery there, and that didn't look like, well, obviously it's not much of a fight. This is, again, a GT3 car making their way through the pack, and the GT4s are complying quite well. And Lando Norris hater, go right ahead. You can attempt. No promises is all I have to say. You can make a try though. I'll try to. I'll read it.
This is pretty amazing stuff. That GT3 is chopping it up like this is a NASCAR oval race for sure. Dipping, dodging, and weaving these GT4s. Staying super predictable is the most important thing. Making sure that your car positioning is exactly where you want to be. To make this not really a guess, but just a planned opportunity such as there. Staying to the inside, make it a sharp move towards the inside, let the car know that you're there, be fully alongside before making that passing opportunity a sure thing, and he sure does. And I believe that is Jay Holistics now catching back up to Skylar Smith for the first part of this GT3 battle.
Yeah, this is going to be some GT3 action here, and looking at lap times, Holistic is very quick in comparison here, but you got to be careful. You need to keep it on the tarmac. Gets a little bit loose there. Smith, we'll see how much he fights. Skylar Smith is apparently the character. Wait, hold on. I loved the comment. Where was it? Skylar Smith sounds like the main character name. It does sound like a main character name. Skylar Smith, though, is looking to try to hold on for the best of his ability. We'll see if he has plot armor or not, but I think Jay Holistic is going to find an opportunity. Whoa! Bumping and banging Noah Johnson and Eric Gakasian. Let's go back and check the replay here. Down through the first corner, the Noah Johnson here looking very conservative. Oh, and Eric just loses it. The back end gets slightly too loose, and as a result, he pitches wide there and has to, well, incur a little bit of damage. Noah Johnson taking the brunt of it, though, as you see. And, oh, this is a bit awkward as we go into Druids.
A lot of GT4s trying to get past GT3s, and there's Jay Holistic trying to get around Skylar Smith right now and is able to do so. I have a feeling like Skylar Smith's not driving the car. That might be Alan Dadd in the car right now, potentially, with that 130, that 130.3 right now. Alan Dadd's doing a great job of driving this thing forward very, very, very well. You got to read that comment from Lando Norris hater now, Mike. That's a lengthy one.
I've read it. I'm trying to understand it now.
Oh, big bang right now from the 53 side-by-side accident with the number 90 car. That's Eric Gakasian going through, I think that was turn 4 must have been, where they just bumped and banged each other. But that 53 is back up and running again towards the back of the GT4 field. But Moriko Yotanashi doing a good job of maintaining his composure in 17th place right now.
So it's, I guess the biggest thing is, so it's just an icon or a legend. Is that what it... Like, that's like I see that they say that in there. So it's like somebody who's very important, I guess? Is that correct? I'm going to need confirmation on that. Wow, look at this Project 55 Hot Wheels car, by the way. It is truly a Hot Wheels car, to be completely honest. I absolutely adore this. Let's take a look at it. As it is in a battle at the moment with Scott Sullivan behind, but just got to take a moment to admire this Project 55. The Corvette. I don't know if we're ever going to see that in this game, but we're certainly not going to see it in the GT4 category.
That is an amazing looking livery. Well done to them. Ryan Eason in 17th place right now is chasing down Roberto Butler, and they're not too far away from each other right now. This is a heated GT4 battle for the back. A lot of people getting shaken up from where they're supposed to be or where they feel like they're supposed to be. So the gaps and the lap times, are a little bit different. And there goes Mr. Eason in the background, Mr. R. Reason, giving us a reason to switch over to him just quickly. That Audi got a little bit of touchy in the dirt, and there goes Ali Raza into there. Very uncharacteristic of him. I don't think he was involved in an accident, not that I see.
No, this is going to be an unforced error for sure, but what happened here? Going through Dingle Dell up into Sheens. Ooh, wow, a little bit happy on the throttle. Big hit to the wall, honestly. Ooh. And Ali Raza, as you said, a very uncharacteristic mistake. Now, to be fair, Ali Raza drives a lot of GT3s, not too many GT4s, so maybe just getting used to the machine that is underneath his feet this time and struggling to get holds of it.
Got a couple people requesting fun facts out of you, Mike. Let's hit it.
An Ariana, I have to find an Ariana. Give me 2 secs on that one. I have some fun facts about Brands Hatch. Dingle Dell in particular. How did it get its name? Well, I'm glad you asked. Dingle Dell is an Old English term, well, dingle, referring to deep, a wooded valley, or a dell, and very similar to, I guess, a dip in a geographic landscape is kind of how to describe it. So, dingle meaning deep, and a dell, so it's a deep dell, is basically what it is.
I have a Pac-Man fact for you, Pato Award. So Pac-Man was actually designed as a response to shooting games like Space Invaders. Japanese arcades in the late 70s and 80s were dark, masculine, and full of space shooting games by like Space Invaders and Namco's Galaxian. So this was a direct counterpart to all of that to invite more people to play different types of games. And then the concept of the game called Bakuman, derived from Baku Baku, Japanese slang word akin to chomp, began to form.
Fair enough. Fun fact about Ariana Grande, she apparently likes horror movies and spooky things. There you go. That's what I got. Welcome Moonface Killa as well.
The ghost names are Clyde, Pinky, Inky, Binky, and Inky. Yeah, I feel like that was like a well-known fact. I didn't want to share that one.
I thought one was named Sue, though.
Maybe, no, not that I remember.
I always thought it was Pinky, Blinky, Inky, and Sue.
There's only 4 of them, as far as I can remember.
Well, I don't remember Clyde, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, you're saying Clyde doesn't exist?
I've never heard of Clyde before.
I'm fact checking this.
Yeah, I need a fact check on this one. That's for sure. Dude, who's Sue? Maybe I'm crazy.
Oh, wow, there is a Sue.
There is? Okay, there's also a Clyde apparently, huh?
So Sue was originally orange, just a renamed Clyde, but she keeps coming back with different colors. Almost always is purple.
There you go. Speaking of purple, Neil Kerbel has, looks like been involved in a collision with a couple other people, or maybe these are all separate. I'm honestly not too sure, but whatever it was more than 20 seconds ago. Neil has been spinning around doing donuts, and he hasn't made a pit stop yet, so this doesn't look like Neil driving. I'm just going to be completely honest, but this does seem like a technical issue. Maybe they spun... I think I actually know what happened here. I think this is a case of you had the wheel spun over 360 degrees. That's what that looked like, and I would say it's fair to say Neil Kerbel is no longer behind the wheel of that machine.
That's a pretty darn good flex to have a Miss Pac-Man machine in your living room. That's amazing. I have always wanted to have either a Galaga machine, Mortal Kombat, or Galaga machine in my living room. That I figured that would be the coolest thing ever to have. And not one of those, like, retro arcade ones. I want like the OG Galaga machine, the one that weighs 650 pounds in my living room. Saagar, what's the best Ariana Grande album? Oh, okay. Hold on one second. I will tell you this in just one moment.
Speaking of music, chat, just wanted to throw out there, I listened to the hot hits in the USA today when I was working out, and Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, not bad. Not bad. I know I remember chat mentioning that before. Also, apparently, Guess featuring Billie Eilish, that song I did not like. There's a lot of music these days that I'm not too big of a fan of. Hot to Go, also not my style, to be completely honest. But those are some of the songs that I listened to today.
I think Dangerous Woman is the album that has Into You in it. So I think that's the album of choice that I would have picked for music choice for Ariana Grande. It's not my cup of tea, but that one song does slap hard, as the kids say. I don't know what we're slapping hard, but things are slapping differently these days. I hear like the kids say things hit different. I don't know how we're hitting things differently, but apparently we are very different.
Yeah. I need to listen to by who? Padawan needs something. Turning into a boomer. I'm probably the most boomer like Gen Z out there. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised on that.
I think that's my favorite thing about you, Mike.
Today. Okay. Yeah.
I think this is my favorite thing about you, is that you're so relatable to the boomer generation that I'm in. Oh, big slap from Stephanie Fisher. So I think that's Iris coming into the pits.
I'm wondering why Iris is coming into pit lane right now. This is an early stop for sure from Iris. They just came out behind the wheel, managed to do one lap out there, coming back in. I hope to not see a pit stop. This might just be for damage repair. They still need to make one more stop to change over eventually, as we see the boss lady behind the wheel, in fact, is going to be having a bit of a battle in a way. 4 seconds separating Neil Kerbal and Eric Gakassian, but you can see Moriko Yatanashi taking full advantage. This is going to be on. We're going to be seeing Miss Boss Gakassian battle with, oh goodness, it almost became a little too physical. Hold the brakes. That didn't hold the brakes. That's okay. You know, you learn from the mistakes. That's Sam behind the wheel there, having a bit of an issue through one of the most challenging corners out there. I don't know why we picked Brands Hatch, to be completely honest. This seems like a very difficult track to learn. I mean, it has 9 corners, to be fair, but it's not an easy track.
No, not an easy track by any means. I think the only other track that we could have picked would have been Watkins Glen, which may have been a little bit more empathetic to the drivers here, but that bus stop would have definitely had some issues, to say the least, for some of these drivers. It's pretty blind and difficult to manage, but yeah, Brands Hatch, all this grass causing a lot of difficulty, and Stephanie Fisher definitely going for that pit stop to repair that damage. She's been stopped, or Iris has been stopped for quite some time, and there goes Alan Dad off into the grass a little bit, but does a great job of keeping it collected. Well done, indeed.
Honestly, incredible save right there. Let's go on board here with Alan for a bit of a lap as we go barreling into the final corner. Wow, actually carrying that speed very well. Getting onto the throttle. This is somebody who's practiced. I'm just going to say that right now. You can tell. This is someone who has had a little experience behind the wheel at some point in their life. Very conservative corner entry. Attacking the apex there a little bit early, running a bit deep as a result, but not a bad line overall. Certainly something to work from here, taking a great entrance into Druids, but allowing the cars behind to go by. That's what you see, a great blue flag right there. I mean, he's not a blue flag, but oh goodness, I shouldn't have said anything.
Commentator's curse, exclamation point curse in the comments for Mike's fault right there. Getting Alan all worked up, hot and into a fury there. He was doing a good job. There goes Dave Mooney. The broski himself. Monet? I'm
not sure. I haven't had a proper one yet. Either way, battling with Seth Lincoln. Now we know Seth Lincoln is not Seth Lincoln at the moment. Seth Lincoln is actually his friend Alex. Alex side by side with Dave, going into one of the most challenging corners to do so. Oh, it's a little bit deep. Dave clatters the side, attacks the apex, rejoins the track aggressively. There's a chicane in the straight now, folks. However, he manages to get off to the side, and Skylar Smith also has had a bit of an issue, and that's Alan, Dad, behind the wheel. He needs to get on the throttle. He's on an escape road, so he's found a fairly safe spot, I think. Yeah, he is on the slip road. You know what I think happened here, Saagar? I think he took the wrong corner. Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. Holy smokes. Saagar, what did I say
Oh.
before the stream?
We were going to have some hectic and dangerous rejoins, and I think that was a little bit more than one of them that we've seen so far, but this one being narrowly the closest that we've seen on stream right now. Very, very, very good heads-up driving from that GT4 to avoid that. And no, Alan, Dad, keep it together, please, for the fans at home. We know you're trying your hardest out there, and it is definitely good enough right now.
He's overdriving the car. This is Alan. He's found his rhythm and he's found the feel for the car, but he wants to try to push it just that little bit more. And you can see he's driving at 110% right now. Got to dial it back. Just take the corner entries a little bit slower. Slow is fast. That's something that often people run into. You really need to be conservative on this, and just staying out of trouble could go a long way. As Skylar there, I would imagine, is giving Dad some tips, and Alan here, he's doing a great job, to be completely honest. I'm not even joking either by any stretch of the imaginations. For somebody who presumably has just gotten onto the sim or maybe used it once or twice in their life, he is absolutely crushing it. This is an actual battle on track, but it's the GT4s. Again, these are not... these are the actual drivers. This isn't quite what we're here for tonight. We're here for the drivers swap, and we're here to watch Miss Gakasian battle. Well, I guess not. We can stick with this. We can stick with this.
A quick update on the Fazley car, or Stephanie Fisher's car, excuse me. Damage repair was accidentally turned off, so they'll have to pit again, unfortunately. And that seems to be one of the issues that they're facing right now with them stuck in the pits, that 311 car.
Gutting. Absolutely gutting. Hopefully they can get back out there and find some battling on track, even if it's not for position. This is a just for fun race after all. It's not about the position you fall in. It's just about the experience. This, though, there's a little bit of pride on the line for these two drivers. These are two that have raced each other in the past. Scott Sullivan, a previous rookie, Randy Gross, a previous rookie, and both of them now out on the same piece of tarmac and trying to negotiate for it. Currently, Scott has the advantage, but we will see if that will continue throughout the entirety of it. Jumping on board with Seth Lincoln or Alex, currently the highest placed GT3 out on track.
Between the 55 into 63, what's your favorite livery, Mike? Between the Hot Wheels car and the anime liveried car, what do you think is your favorite right there between the two of them? I'll give you a car number here in a second.
For me, it's easy. I'm not an anime person, so sorry, Scott. I like the livery, don't get me wrong, but it's, I mean, like, you know, it's just not my cup of tea, to be completely honest. Every day of the week I'm going with the Hot Wheels car. This thing's brilliant. Now, if you had to make me pick between the Hot Wheels and Stephanie Fisher's car of the Aston Martin, that I don't have an answer for, because those are just two brilliant liveries that honestly deserve praise in their own right, so...
That's a tough pick. Yeah, no, we'd have to go with the GT3 and GT4 livery battle there, and I definitely think that each one of those deserves their best. But the number 13 also has a very good livery, the Lollipop Gang, looking pretty dapper.
Potts is never one to bring a poor livery to the cards here. He always is so original with every single livery he makes. It's just amazing. Anybody that played this game as a kid... I'm sorry, I was one of the people that played this game as a kid as well, and it was Candyland just is terrible. I don't know why, this just reminds me of Candyland. It probably is. All the different rainbow colors and stuff like that remind me of that. What a terrible game, though, Saagar. It's literally a game that you could just probably start off by rolling a dice and deciding who wins off of that.
Pretty much, yeah. Candyland isn't the greatest game ever. No strategy really takes effect there. And you had me confused for a second when you kept saying that you played this game as a kid. I was like, Mike, you can't be that young to where you were playing ACC when you're in diapers in your dad's lap or something, were you? You had me really confused because everybody's talking about you being a, what was the comment?
A mother?
Mike was from the 1950s. No, Mike from the 1950s teleported into today, into the future. Everybody would believe it, hands down.
Also, I'll just answer this question before we continue this derailment. Pat Award asking in chat, you have a dream that Liam Lawson would get an F1 seat, forcing Lando out of the McLaren seat? I don't see that happening ever because I think that McLaren has invested too much in Lando at this point. But I'd like to see Liam driving in Formula 1, so... You know, I mean, I wouldn't be necessarily opposed to it. I'm not sure he's ready for that yet, but people thought the same with Oscar Piastri. And, oh no, Noah Johnson found the side here. That's going to be Jenny Hill. Partner, ooh, a little bit too much gas there on the rejoin. This is one of the hardest things to do, honestly, rejoining the track, because you just want to stomp on the throttle and you're on the grass and your tires are just going to do the spinning thing and force you to do a little bit more spinning.
Yeah, especially without practice. Whoa, what a pack of cars that we're looking at right now. Skylar Smith or Alan Dad in the middle of all these GT4s, trying to stay as planted as he can, as there's a GT4 of Scott Sullivan trying to get through right now. That's Professor Kenotis, excuse me, in the 55 and the 43, both of them navigating the GT3 traffic that they're facing. I can't believe that's something I had to say. And there goes Alan Dad again, pushing it to the absolute limit. Following those cars cannot be easy, especially with the speed differential. He was not expecting them to brake so early there and towards turn 3, but doing a great job of keeping it collected and going forward. You're absolutely right. I think Alan's definitely got a bit of practice underneath him. Great job, Dad.
100%. We also have Jenny Hill out here who seems to have some... oh, goodness. Okay, we're good. See? I'm proving my point right in front of me. Has some talent underneath this bonnet here, and certainly has been putting in the work as well. Lap times last time around, a 135.9 compared to Alan Dad of a 141.0. So in terms of pace alone, Jenny Hill here seems to have that advantage, at least over Skylar, or rather Alan, who is about 70 seconds ahead. I say 70 seconds, that's honestly not a big gap in my mind right now, because I feel like any gap could come down. Although we see, oh no, Miss Kakasian being very conservative here. Shut the car off briefly, I think there. Oh no, just getting off the brakes. The car's still running. It's all good. Gets it restarted and back underway, but that did unfortunately allow Alan Dad through.
Alan Dad making up position, slow and steady, wins the race. He's only got to put up with this for another 7 minutes or so before handing the car back over. And if you just keep it on the blocks enough right now, he'll be doing a great job. Like you said earlier, just dialing it back just a tenth or two in every single corner will mean so much over the long run. Even getting out of the way right now or taking an unopportunistic line, as I believe that's Ryan Eason getting through him right now in the number 19, almost getting clattered by that McLaren behind, but doing a great job of keeping it nice and steady, staying a little predictable there, going to the inside line to let them know this is my corner, sir, despite what you think you could do to pass me. And there's our Eason getting a little bit of a slowdown there, and I think that's Clemente goes through on Reason.
Yeah, everybody's on different laps right now. It's kind of interesting, to be completely honest. I have no idea how they've managed to do that to this extent, but either way, we have a bit of separation. That was an overtake, but not for position. Yeah, very, very exciting stuff. Damage is turned off, so she'll have to do... Wait. Oh, yeah. That's, the YouTube chat just hasn't updated. My bad. I need to keep an eye more on YouTube chat. We have a fun fact redemption as well. Saagar, do you want to know one of the things that people often do here, allegedly, at Brands Hatch in between races?
I would love to find out. What do people do here at Brands Hatch between races?
Well, it's a common practice to have trackside yoga. During breaks, fans have been known to engage in spontaneous sessions of trackside yoga, stretching out while embracing some of the action for the zen of racing here at Brands Hatch.
Wow, stretching out for the zen of racing at Brands Hatch. You know what? I'm going to start a new trend at Laguna Seca from now on. I, too, am going to embrace my British roots and start doing yoga there at Turn 2 at the Andretti hairpin. I think I'm just going to lay down in my truck, you know, maybe even take my shirt off a little bit, show some hair, try to get on the IMSA TV. Me and my dog stretching in the back of my pickup truck, just no top, no nothing. Topless truck, topless dog, topless me, and we're just gonna go for it.
Oh goodness, I'm not sure I want to be there for that. Also, we have H2O Link, who is Seth Link, and I'm assuming saying that Alex is sorry for anyone who was sent into the wall. Don't worry, he's not the only one. Oh my goodness, I turned off of that for a second, and Dave Monet is spun off into the grass. He was already had a bit of unoptimal cooling, and you can see this has affected his steering column now. Let's go back and catch a replay here of this. Potts Weaver goes, or rather, Monet goes deep and on the rejoin, parks it right in front of not Ryan Eason, but that was the GT4 of, who was that? Roberto Butler, I think was? No.
I believe so.
I don't think it was.
Check.
That was a different Aston Martin livery. It was Moriko. It was Moriko Yatanashi. Similar livery.
Oh, it looks like Stephanie Fisher getting into a battle with Roberto Butler right now. That seems pretty hectic. But Stephanie Fisher, or Irene, excuse me, getting through.
We have Casey Schutte approaching behind. We haven't checked in with Iris in a while here. Iris has been out in pit lane, unfortunately, trying to repair that damage. Had hindered her session. Needs to be careful. Have the GT4 getting by here. Nice and conservative line. Casey a little bit loose, though, mid-corner. Almost allowed Fisher to get the battle on there, but Iris manages to keep it planted. Now heading down towards one of the most challenging corners on the track, Hawthorne Bend. Slow and steady wins the race here, and it's all about management. Takes the apex. Iris, nice and tidy, clean, heading on towards the back straight through the Derek Minter.
Oh man, this is amazing. But you're absolutely right about the laps. It's been absolutely crazy to see how jumbled up this whole thing has become. And Eric Akasian taking another trip through the kitty litter there at turn 1, the car in 14th place right now, trying to do its best to rejoin the Miss Boss Kakas. Rejoining at turn 2, Druids one shit's nice and safe, doing a great job of keeping it slow and steady right now.
Yeah, certainly is. Stephanie here, or rather Iris, we're on board with here. Fuel saving mode is in fact engaged. It's all about maintenance. They technically have made all of their mandatory stops, but I think we will be seeing Stephanie come back behind the wheel at some point here in the next 2.5 minutes or so. But at least one more lap is going to be had here for Stephanie. Has a car approaching behind, sees it in the mirror there, and you can already see moving out of the way, poising for the position. Brian Clementi is going to get let through with ease. Great job there from Iris, being hyper aware of the cars around, and behind that, that's going to be Noah Johnson's car, currently piloted by Jenny Hill. We're going to have a little scrap on our hands.
And speaking of scraps, I think we're going to have more than just a few towards the end. Stephanie Fisher is definitely not a slouch here in the GT3 community, and I think Iris can just bring it home. She's going to do a great job of cleaning it up for the last 10 minutes, maybe even gaining those positions back that they lost earlier from that accidental pit stop. I'm really excited to see how this last minute and a half is going to play out, because that'll dictate how the rest of this race is going to pan out, and it's going to be... nasty stuff, to say the least.
Here we go. Noah Johnson, or rather, should I say, the significant other, Jenny Hill, behind the wheel, trying to make moves. There's a car parked in the road that gets in the way of Iris. Iris, with inhuman reactions, manages to stop in time, but unfortunately missed the boss Kakasian in the kitty litter, provides a bit of an issue, and Stephanie gets overtaken by Jenny as a result. Jenny, though, opportunistic play there, capitalizing on the chaos unfolding in that situation. You could see the absolutely 1,000 IQ decision making there to make that overtake. Brilliant.
100%. Really good cat-like reflexes also from Irene there, doing a great job of avoiding that accident and just keeping it plugged in, steady as ever. I think that might be a battle for position overall between Ryan Eason and, is that Noah Johnson behind? The pit stops are just getting underway right now, as I think that's Noah Johnson into the pits. No, it's not. That must have been...
I'm looking. It's all the GT4s coming into pit lane, actually. The GT3s staying out one more lap. And again, we're not too worried about the GT4s. Holy send and a half there. I think that was Sam Starr behind the wheel, or is that going to be Neil? Actually, it might be Neil. I think they've cleared both their pit stops, and just judging by the car body language, I think this is Neil Kerbel behind the wheel once again. It has reached that time, but I think that was a little bit of an early stop. Sam, I feel like should get another lap out there. Either way...
Neil Kerbel is out here to chop it up, man. Look at him go. He is ripping that car to shreds, touching the green stuff as well. He's got no shame right now. He is keeping that foot planted as we head into the uphill section here. 2 double right-handers doing a great job of keeping the car collected, but just right there, Miss Kakasian is about to enter the pit lanes. Here we go, and now Eric the Boss Kakasian will take over for Miss Kakas. Yes,
indeed. Also, Mike is confused when the Lando hate train started. I'm actually no. Look, the Lando. I know exactly when it started. Welcome Lizzie as well, and also Adam. Hats off to you for that one. I gotta say though, I mean, I respect that, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You gotta just saying.
Clarify. When did the Lando hate start? Was it when he didn't want to give the position back?
No, it was. Probably, I would have to say, really, I think the hate started in Red Bull Ring. I think that was when like the real hate started, but before that it was just, it was probably even, I mean, after Miami, to be honest. I think it was just really after Miami happened, everybody kind of saw Lando for his true colors. Either way, Dave Monet behind the wheel no longer. Potts Weaver is going to get disqualified for speeding in pit lane. That happened very suddenly. Gutted.
Okay, just too much speed. That's all I have to say is speed that cannot be contained. Fazli, if you're watching, we knew it was going to happen at least one time, accidentally or inadvertently. But that speed cannot be contained. The Saagar strategy has been engaged, and let's see how this pans out for Potts Weaver for the rest of this race. In 8th place right now, and he's sitting in the pit lane. We're not sure if he's going to be able to get going again, but we'll keep you updated on his positions, Mike, as time goes by.
Potts Weaver might have the ability to remove that from himself. We'll see. We definitely have admins, though, on standby that can get that disqualification removed. And also, Ryan Collett, he's been a Lando Norris hater since 2020. He's an OG Lando Norris hater.
That's the joke, Fazli. That's the joke. Is that he can't move, therefore his positions will be unchanged going forward. But I'm still going to keep everybody updated on how Potts Weaver's doing for the rest of this race. Right now, he's in 7th place. He might actually be going again. He is going again. Potts Weaver on the move. In 7th place overall, chopping it up right now, making a move on the GT4 traffic of the number 30. Doing a great job of doing so. See, I told you I'd keep him updated.
And if you are one of the swap members in chat, let us know how you did. Let us know how it was out there, as now I think most drivers have handed the car back over to the pro driver, quote unquote. Stephanie Fisher is now back behind the wheel. We had word that Iris apparently wasn't too big of a fan of upshifting or downshifting, which is surprising to me, to be completely honest. I always find extreme satisfaction from pulling the flappy paddles of a flappy paddle gearbox. It just, especially the click, the tick, tick, like of a nice Fanatec DD. Oh. It's a crisp sound.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, magnetic paddle shifters just feel so satisfying when you mash it down. Even if you're in a normal street car and you're running an F1 wheel, there's something just so satisfying about hitting that downshift and getting that satisfying click and then hearing the revs just skyrocket. So much fun. So much fun. The only thing that turns it down from its amount of fun is if you're driving an Audi and it gives you that beep. That is the worst possible sound in your life, and one of the main reasons I will never drive an R8 again.
Fair enough. Steph has 6 paddles on her wheel. Why? No one knows. Fair enough. Seems a bit obsessive, but
I have 6 paddles on my wheel.
Why?
Blinkers for the top ones.
There's not enough buttons on your wheel already.
Paddle shifters for the actual shifting aspect of it, and then you have a clutch. If Stephanie Fisher goes off into the grass, maybe not hitting one of the paddles correctly, maybe hitting the clutch one, but yeah, no, you have clutch and you have a handbrake.
So you have your, okay, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I have 3 pedals for my. I have 3 pedals, so I use a clutch like a road car. I don't actually use like a race car where you have the hand clutch. That is fair. I'll give you that.
Yes. And it's nice because you could shift it to an axis too. So if you're in an enduro race and you're at somewhere like Le Mans, you can just switch it over to be your throttle and your brake and just let go of the pedals completely and just floor it down Bolsong.
More power to you on that one. I'm not going to be doing that. Don't want to hit that button on accident.
And then you start stretching. It's a whole thing.
Bought a fancy wheel with dual clutches and extra option paddles, but stopped using it, so she's using it. Hey, there you go. That's what. That's why you do secondhand things, right? I have been using my wheel is actually from. Who was my wheel from? It wasn't from Josh. Was it Josh? Did Josh send me the wheel? I can't remember. But I have my wheel secondhand from a TRACKILICIOUS member as well. So.
What's with the Daniel Ricciardo hate since 2018? Is that from the Max Verstappen days? Where he clattered his teammate. Whoa, on the inside, Potts Weaver trying to make a move on Steve Smith. Sam Smith, excuse me.
Speaking of Baku moments, that was very, very close, to be completely honest, as you mentioned that. It's surprisingly close, to be completely honest.
And Stephanie Fisher chops it up, makes her way through the traffic, and is now trying to unlap herself from the rest of the field here. And that was a very good opportunistic pass just to get that lap back. Blue flags waving, but not really right now, as Pottsweaver chasing down Smith on the inside, side by side, as we come through the downhill section. And the move is done before the double right-hander. Great job, good overtaking opportunity done. That is a lap, or that is a move made for position overall.
Easy, made it look easy, to be fair. And got Steph into gaming and sim racing, so you can buy whatever one, just give her your old stuff. There you go. That's exactly, that's what you need. And say Lizzie there getting the wheel gifted from David, which, speaking of David, that is a name that I have not heard in a long time. But yes, David providing all of the sim racing gear for Lizzie, allowing her to continue on that, which she's been, Lizzie, you've been racing for a while now, I gotta say. When are you gonna come back? You gotta race some Trackalicious races. Get out there in the GT3s.
She said she was going to come back for West Coast Wednesdays when I was talking to her recently, so that'll be exciting to have her come back. And hopefully one of her kids can grow up to touch the pedals, and then we'll have her in the next family swap race. I know they're pretty young, but never too young to start racing. Someone did ask what the fastest lap of the race was, and that'll be a 1:25.7, and that's set by the team with Neil Kerbel involved.
Yep, that was set by Sam Starr. I'm just going to say it. It wasn't, but it was set by Sam. She is the quickest out there on track. No. Honestly, when it comes to the rookies out there for the swap drivers, who do you have on your pick, Saagar? Who do you think did the best effort out there tonight?
On GT4s or GT3s?
No,
Neil
the GT4s
Kerbel
don't count.
Okay, I'm biased. I really think that Stephanie Fisher and Iris did a great job of driving it to the best of their abilities tonight. Really unfortunate with that double pit stop strategy that they had to incur, but I think that team has done really well and just driving it safely. And you could see it on that second stint that she did. She just did a great job of keeping it on track, avoiding any carnage, braking where they needed to, letting GT4s pass her up. I think they did a great job despite what the positions are reflecting right now. But again, I'm biased because I know Stephanie Fisher and Fazley, so that's my bet right now.
Fair enough. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left, not much action on track. I do want to take a quick second before we get into this because I realize I have to do this now. If not, things are going to break because I set things up wrong, but it's fine. We don't pay no mind to that. Mike doesn't set things up wrong. I do everything perfect. Leaders on the final lap. Ollie Roz has got one more here. While we wait, I'm going to do a quick little plug for the track day that is up and coming August 31st, Waterford Hills. If you're in the Michigan area, well, listen up because you're going to be interested in this. Join Trackalicious for our bonus track day at Waterford Hills on August 31st. Register for as little as $1 with our new Pay What You Want program. Beginners and experts welcome to drive 5 20-minute sessions on track. Bring the whole crew along for family-friendly fun with our sim racing setup, Power Wheels course, and playground on site. Limited to only 52 spots. Sign up while you can. Link in our bio. August 31st, Trackalicious Open Track Day at Waterford Hills. So there you have it, up and coming the end of this month. Be there or be square. You definitely want to be there for that track day. 18 seconds left, though. The checkered flag is going to be falling on this lap. We're going to get strolled for the race. Either way, Ollie Raza, all on his lonesome. The GT4s take the win here tonight. It's disappointing, to be completely honest. I wish Fatima was out there with Ollie this time, but nope. Ollie Raza, he's done it. He's driven to the best of his abilities, which, you know, he wins. Congratulations to Ollie. Scott Sullivan taking home P2, which, to be fair, and it's not sold just yet. Scott Sullivan battling with Professor Chronotis. This could come down to the line. Chronotis was leading this race at one point in time. Scott Sullivan, though, managing to gain the best of him for the time. Is he going to be able to do it in the final few corners? I am not so sure. It's got to have to be a final lap send here. Brian Clementi up ahead as well. Can they make it happen? One last corner. Nope. Professor Chronotis is going to back out, play it safe, and he... Oh, or is he? It's going to be a drag race, but...
momentum.
Not quite. Oh, my goodness, wait. To the outside, just about. To be honest, that was a good effort there. Chronotis making every little bit count at the end, but doesn't make it happen. Neil Kerbel will come to the line with Sam Starr, the spouse. with a great stint. A bit of issues with some collisions, a bit of spins out there, but an excellent effort from Sam nonetheless, taking home a P second to last respectively. We also have Seth Lincoln as well as Alex come into the line now, 12th position for them. Behind them, Noah Johnson as well as Jenny Hill taking home P13. The 444 of Casey Schutte takes 5th, not quite 6th, but just about. Almost made fate happen in an off race as well. Potts Weaver and Dave Monet to the line. Up next, it's going to be 9th position for the AMG GT3, and just behind them, Stephanie Fisher and Iris, their daughter. We also have the 11 car Idril Olivadia in P6, 19th position, or 9th, it's the number 19, in 10th, with Alan Dad taking home, in my opinion, this was the stint of the day for me. I think Alan had the stint of the day, in my opinion, and that's going to be good enough for P10. Skylar Smith takes the checkered flag and will be the final driver to do so.
What an amazing event this was. Agreed, very much so. Ito, pretty great turnout. Oh, that's Eric, the boss. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, great turnout. Thank you, everybody, for joining and participating. This has been an amazing event and so much fun to cast. Thank you very much to all the chatters as well for keeping us entertained and keeping this lively. Engaging with the chat was one of my favorite things to do tonight. What was your favorite comment of the night, Mike? Or what was your favorite comment of the night, chat?
Yeah, favorite comment of the night? I don't even know. I don't know. Chat's always just so... I don't know if we have a favorite... I like the music talk. The music talk's been good, to be honest. I've been enjoying the music talk. It's at least something that I can relate to, and then chat gets very upset to me about. So, you know, I can live with that, to be completely honest.
I think I enjoyed the Ariana Grande album question the most. That really put me on the edge of my seat and tested my ability to come up with something. Not really my cup of tea. That was awesome.
Fair enough. Great job from everyone, says Lizzie, and absolutely so. Great job to all of the drivers out there, rookies and professionals alike, and also all of the new drivers that did take the leap into the sim racing sphere, where trying out something new, that's obviously what we're here for, right, is to push that comfort zone and show all of the drivers, their friends and family, what exactly the passion that they're into. Sim racing is such an odd niche, and it's so hard to explain it to people at times. And then once they get out there and do it, it sounds simple, but then you go out and try it, and people see it is not simple. Driving a GT3 car, driving a GT4 is not easy. Fessel, thank you very much for the follow as well. But looking at the green room, I'm not seeing too many interviews. Honestly, if anyone from the GT3 category wants an interview, just hop on in. I'm totally fine. If any of the GT3 drivers with their friends and family swap alike want to hop in the green room, I'd love to have a nice little interview with them just to see how it was out there. It's not about podiums tonight. It's not about positions. It's not about the GT4s either. No, I'm not just spiteful. Morikos, it's apologies there. Sorry that you had to have that disconnect. Also, Adam Strange, who do you think the most hated F1 driver is? Honestly, this is going to be a controversial one, but I bet like Michael Schumacher is probably one of the most hated F1 drivers. He's also one of the most loved too.
I was only thinking of current F1 drivers, but man, no. If you go of all time, sure, that's high up there on the list.
Karun Chandok, maybe when he did drive. I love Karun now. Don't get me wrong; he's awesome, but
that's
not
my
a great
brother,
driver.
Bro. That's the representation of India.
I love Karun Chandok as a commentator. He's excellent, but wow, was he a terrible driver?
Yeah, he was. Unfortunately, the pride of India really let us down. Unfortunately. And same thing now for GT3 in the DTM category. We have the pride of India not doing so well or driving very neatly in the DTM category, and that's it's disappointing. So I will have to carry the flag for all of us Indians out there.
Indeed.
And yes, thank you very much for the follow, Fazly. Alex Young, F1 legend. Huh? Interesting. Not familiar with who that is.
I'm not either, to be completely honest.
I would love to get Stephanie Fisher or her daughter into the Discord for an interview, but if they're not willing, I can't force their hand, that's for sure. But it would be fun to talk to one of the GT3 drivers if they're available in the green room down below at the bottom of the Discord channel.
Yeah, or it's somewhere in the Discord. It's not necessarily at the bottom. It could be at the top. It's at the top. It's at the top for me, but it's at the bottom for some people. So it's one of them. But the green room channel above the stream room where we are currently chilling. If you guys do want to join that, again, any GT3 car is welcome. But I think we've been stalling for long enough, honestly, Saagar. Unfortunately, I wish we could. But I'm
she
not
says the channel is locked.
Join the green room. The green room is not locked.
Join the green room, and then we'll drag you in. Not the stream room.
If you do that, we will get you in there. It shouldn't be like, or if you just, Stephanie, I can just drag you if you want. I'll have a chat. Sounds good. Okay, I moved you up to the green room, Stephanie. We'll get you on in here, and I tell you what, Saagar, why don't you take the honors of this interview? Stephanie, welcome.
Yeah. It's working. Okay. Hi.
How's it going, Stephanie?
Good, thanks. How about you guys?
I'm living the dream. How did your race go, or at least how did the driver swap portion of it go for you guys? I know you had some technical difficulties with the pit stop strategy and the damage repair, but overall, how was the swap going? You know, hopping in and out of the seat.
That part was fine. It was a little stressful for her because while she practiced the track a bit this week, she actually never drove with another car on the track.
Oh, wow. So she was able to do some practice this week.
Yeah, so she practiced driving on the track itself. But I should have given her a chance to drive like with another car on the track. As she was a little bit stressed out by that, but after the 3 pit stops, I think she kind of got a little bit of a groove, and I think she did a good job, like avoiding stuff and being aware of other cars once I think she settled down, which is, I think, the hardest part.
True. I thought that was an amazing stint. Did a great job of avoiding cars, knowing where GT4s were on track, kind of just letting those positions go because it wasn't their battle to deal with at the time. I thought it was an amazing stint. Like you said, once they got settled in, what was the biggest thing that got them settled in to driving for their first time ever with other cars on track in that hectic situation? I mean, this is a live race pretty much going. What took it to settle her down?
That's a good question. When she started, I was trying to help her, like, oh, you got a break here or whatever. Then I get yelled at. I know. Okay, fine. So I didn't tell her anything. It was fine. I'll go away. Then I got yelled at because I didn't tell her what to do. I think, like, just by that last one, it was just kind of like, just told her to kind of calm down. Just because she was like, oh, I can't get those turns. I can't believe I never do that. And I said, yeah, you're being more aggressive than when you're practicing, and just calm down, just pretend you're practicing again, and focus on what you're doing and not anybody, that kind of thing. And then once she got through those first couple of turns, I think she did really well, and I was really happy with her awareness with other cars, because I will say I didn't tell her what to do when other cars were coming up. She figured that out on her own, so I was really impressed.
I was super impressed too. That was super intuitive for her to figure that out on the fly, doing a great job. Stephanie, do you have anybody that you want to thank other than your daughter Iris for battling this out with you?
Well, I guess I'd have to thank Fosley for getting us into sim racing to begin with. That's his fault. But yeah, it was and you guys for doing the stream. That made it kind of fun. I could watch that while she was doing it and stay out of her hair a bit. So thank you for doing the stream.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming in for the interview as well. We really appreciate the support. Hope you come back next time.
I do have one more question though, Stephanie. One more question before you go. Did Iris have fun?
I think at the end of the day she did. She got really frustrated at the start, but I think when she ended, she was feeling better. I had the stream running in the background, so I think it was a little distracting for her, but at the same time, like, getting some positive feedback from somebody who's not her mother was sort of nice for her, I think. So.
Yeah, I mean, you made the comment of collision avoid, or just staying out of the way of cars. I think that was one of the points that I brought up during the stream, because it was very obvious. She was doing an excellent job of it. So definitely pat on the back for that one. But Stephanie, thank you so much for participating in this event, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you. It was fun. Thank you for having it.
On that, we are going to be wrapping up here tonight. Thank you very much, folks, for participating. A bit of a different stream. Again, the one-off, fun-off race that we have, the family swap race. By the way, in case you were curious, 4 months ago to the day was the previous family swap race. So look forward to it 4 months from now to the day. Either way, hopefully we will have one sooner than that. These are always a very fun race, and we need to advertise them better so more people sign up, because you got to get your family, get your friends involved, and show your passion of sim racing to everybody else. We are going to be raiding, though, here tonight, Saagar, and I guess before we raid, is there any concluding words that you'd like to have?
No, thank you very much, everybody, for participating. This has been a joy to watch. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And everybody, remember to please stay safe out there and keep your family entertained.
Indeed, and hope everybody has a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. I'm going to leave it off with our Trackalicious ad, and we will be rating Silent Scotty. So hope everyone has a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Thank you, and good night. Join Trackalicious for our bonus track day at Waterford Hills on August 31st. Register for as little as $1 with our new Pay What You Want program. Beginners and experts welcome to drive 5 20-minute sessions on track. Bring the whole crew along for family-friendly fun with our sim racing setup, Power Wheels course, and playground on site. Limited to only 52 spots. Sign up while you can. Link in our bio. August 31st, Trackalicious Open Track Day at Waterford Hills.